Hello everybody, welcome to the Enigma Show. I'm Enigma. Like and subscribe, click the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. A lot has gone on this week. I want to give updates on the coronavirus, the interviews and press conferences the president had this week, a new vaccine that might be able to help minimize the virus. Let me start with the coronavirus and the new numbers because it has tripled since my last video. There are over 15,000 cases of COVID-19 in the United States. Over 200 people have died. And these are just the CDC numbers. We aren't counting the numbers in each individual state because they are now testing people. California has finally issued a statewide self-quarantine or self-shelter, meaning that all non-essential people should stay inside unless they're out getting groceries, unless you're out going to see the doctor, unless it's absolutely necessary for you to go out. You should not be out on the streets. You should be at home. The Senate is about to pass the largest relief package in history amid a coronavirus-induced economic crisis, but progressives say it isn't enough, though. Senate Republicans introduced a stimulus bill on Thursday that would cut corporate taxes, provide up to $1,200 in direct cash payments to Americans who make less than $99,000 per year. What? Who make less than $99,000 per year? I'm not gonna get any money, you guys. Oh, okay. To all Americans who make less than $99,000 per year, offer $10 million loans to small businesses and hundreds of billions of dollars in loans to large corporations, and limit the paid leave expansion passed in the emergency measure. Wow, people, we're talking about a boatload of cash here. Now, the president and Dr. Anthony Fauci have presented an experimental drug they say may be able to treat the COVID-19. As Trump calls it, it could be a game changer. Hydroxychloroquine, sold under the brand name Plaquenil, hydroxychloroquine, say that 3 times fast, and the antibiotic azithromycin in combination have shown some early promises against COVID-19, but the drugs together have not been approved as safe or effective against the disease by the Federal Food and Drug Administration. Any use must take into consideration a potentially deadly side effect. So we don't know if this drug is going to be safe for people to use, but I mean, it is an experimental phase. Trump refers to the drugs at his Saturday press briefing and asked, "What do we have to lose? I feel very good about it." Fauci responded to that there may be positive anecdotal reports, informally observed individuals' cases about the drugs, but they haven't yet been proven to work or to be safe. If you really want to definitely know if something works, you go to the kind of trials that gives you the good information. He said the president is talking about hope for people, not science. He noted they're working on a drug, but we don't know if this is going to work. And it's nothing wrong for the president to hope for this to work. Nothing wrong with that. Now, earlier this week, you had reporters asking Trump the same question over and over. Why is he calling this the Chinese virus?
There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China.
The virus originated from Wuhan, China. In China, there's nothing racist or offensive by calling this the Chinese virus. Ooh, the Chinese virus. Ooh. China is not a race. It's a nationality. Please know the difference. There are a lot of different ethnic backgrounds in China. Now, I remember when we had the Ebola virus, we called it African Ebola virus, it came from Africa. Please, people were focused on the wrong thing here. We need to be asking questions about how are we going to develop a vaccine, what we're going to do to stimulate the economy. These are the things that we should be sticking to and not political theater. Now, in this last press conference that he did on Friday, there was this one reporter that just kept egging him on. He just kept pressing buttons. And I'm not upset with the president for kind of snapping at me.
About the possible therapies, yesterday, Mr. President, you said that they were for, quote, immediate delivery. Immediate, we heard from
we're ordering, yes, we have millions of units ordered. Bayer is one of the companies, as you know, big company, very big, very great company. Millions of units are ordered, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to be talking to the governors about it, and the FDA is working on it right now. The advantage is that it has been prescribed for a totally different problem, but it has been prescribed for many years, and everybody knows the levels of the negatives and the positives. But I will say that I am a man that comes from a very positive school when it comes to, in particular, one of these drugs, and we'll see how it works out, Peter. I'm not saying it will, but I think that people may be surprised. By the way, that would be a game changer.
Dr. Fauci said there is no magic drug for coronavirus right now, which you would agree. I guess on this issue,
I think we only disagree a little bit.
Sorry.
I disagree. Maybe and maybe not. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. We have to see. We're going to know.
Is it possible that your impulse to put a positive spin on things may be giving Americans a false sense of hope?
No, I don't think so.
Misrepresenting the preparedness right now.
No, I don't think so. I think that I think it's got
the not yet approved drug.
Such a lovely question. Look, it may work and it may not work. And I agree with the doctor, what he said. May work, may not work. I feel good about it. That's all it is, just a feeling.
The president is trying to reassure the government that they're doing everything that they can to develop a vaccine. I mean, the president was just being optimistic. This guy kept pushing the president into making sounding like he was angry or that he was picking on the reporter, which he was not.
So what do you say to Americans? What do you say to Americans who are scared, though? I guess nearly 200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions, as you witnessed, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. Go ahead. I think it's a very nasty question, and I think it's a very bad signal that you're putting out to the American people. The American people are looking for answers, and they're looking for hope. And you're doing sensationalism, and the same with NBC and Comcast. I don't call it Comcast. I call it Concast. Let me just for whom you work. Let me just tell you something. That's really bad reporting. And you ought to get back to reporting instead of sensationalism. Let's see if it works. It might and it might not. I happen to feel good about it, but who knows? I've been right a lot. Let's see what happens, John.
Can I get back to the science and the logistics?
You're going to be ashamed of yourself.
The units that...
Vaccines take time. If we heard from Dr. Fauci, vaccines sometimes takes years to develop. They're doing the best they can. People, we can't have an overnight fix for this. There's no overnight fix for this. We're in the long haul. This thing is going to last probably through the summer. The best thing we could do is follow state and federal suggestions for us to stay at home, stay indoors, do not go out unless you have to, unless you need food, unless you're going to the doctor, unless you're one of these essential employees that has to go to work. We should all stay at home, stay in small numbers, follow the protocols that the government has laid out. I know it's tough, but we should all do this. We just have to be patient and let the administration do what it needs to do. Well, you guys, that's my video. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, this is Eddie Enigma. You have been enigmified, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Allow the president and his administration to do their job.